Hey, are you ready for some hunting on the Tommy Wilcox Show?
Tommy Wilcox Outdoors is brought to you by Alabama Credit Union. Feel good about your money. Mahindra Tractors, built for the long haul. Peach Outdoors. Get the motor running on your next project with our Mahindra Tractors, ATVs, and lawn equipment. Tuscaloosa Toyota. One price, one place. Talladega County Exchange for all your feed and agricultural needs. The band Legal Limit. Lou and the guys play all your favorite classic rock and country. Nelson Glass for all your contract or residential glass needs. Precision Vein Therapeutics. We can help you get back the legs you used to have. Special thanks to Taylor South with Cub Cadet, Brassfield and Gorey Equipment Rental, and Mass Climbers for providing the equipment needed to help those who are less fortunate. All music courtesy of country music legend Hank Williams Jr. Hey folks, welcome to today's show. We're down here in Forsyth, Alabama at Brian Hardin's beautiful farm. I've got Dr. Michael Barlow with me, and we're gonna do a little fishing and talk a little bit about what you do and all that kind of stuff. So welcome to the show, man.
Great, thank you very much.
Tell our viewers a little bit about your company and just what you do here in Northport, Tuscaloosa.
Well, our company is, my business is Precision Vein Therapeutics, and we treat patients with venous disease and various degrees of venous disease, and very prevalent in the population. And we've been here for a little over a year, and so far so good. What else?
Yeah, well, you know, we really want to try to get your name out, the word out, and so I mean, if you're watching in Fayette, Alabama, or Gordo, Pickens, Demopolis, Utah, Alabama, and you're having leg pain or leg swelling, they can call you, man. Yes. And Dr. Barlow's in Northport, Alabama, 5 days a week, so you're here.
That's right.
And you don't dabble in it. This is your full-time job, where a lot of other people dabble in the vein business. You know, they either a cardiologist or there's something else, you know.
That's true.
But tell our viewers a little bit about what problems they might have that will help, that you can identify, so that if they having those problems, which symptoms are the most common among venous disease?
Right. Patients that we see have a variation of symptoms and presentations. I mean, venous disease in the population, it's about 30% of patients. People have problems, and it's usually hereditary. They get it from their mother or their father. If both parents have problems with varicose veins, you've got a 90% chance of having it yourself. And the symptoms are pretty characteristic. It's swelling in the legs, usually in the ankles and the calves, and that's one of the most common things. A heavy sort of sensation in the legs, and fatigue, and of course, you know, varicose veins are very common, but you don't have to have varicose veins.
Right.
And you know, skin changes are a lot of what we see as well, and even sort of the worst case of that would be a venous ulceration in the leg. So, right. You know, different things people will complain of. Not always the same, the symptoms aren't always venous disease, but that cluster of symptoms, usually the patients have some problem with venous disease.
Right. And y'all can treat it right there at your office, so they don't have to go in the hospital. Right. Tell a little bit about how you identify it and go from there a little bit.
We see the patients for an initial evaluation, and usually that involves a venous ultrasound that we perform right there in the office. It takes about a half an hour to do, and we can tell right away if someone has a problems with what we call venous reflux or backflow of blood in the veins, and we diagnose it there. We tell the patients the results right then, And then we are able to tell them what we can do about it pretty much right then.
Right then.
We schedule them for whatever procedure. Typically, most patients will require some type of treatment, and that in our clinic we use endovenous laser ablation, which is a heat or a thermal closure of the bad veins in their legs, and it's all done through an IV. It's very non-invasive, very minimally invasive, very low downtime. Patients tolerate it very well. In my clinic, we use little minimal sedation, and it's all done under local. It's a painless procedure, and for the most part, and patients tolerate it very well. They're back to work the next day. Much different than it used to be. The only thing that was available in the past was vein stripping. And that's what most people hear about when they have venous disease. They will worry that the only treatment is vein stripping, but it's so much better nowadays. It's the modern treatment is much more tolerable and much more effective.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get out here and catch some fish, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what you do. And
Sounds great.
And the thing that I really want to get over is just symptoms, because if we can identify the symptoms for these people, and they'll say, "Hey, I've got that. Let me go.
Right.
Let me go to see Dr. Barlow and see if I have venous disease or not." And the great thing is, it's covered by most all insurances, including Medicare. Right?
Correct. The procedures that we treat it with are covered with by insurance and Medicare.
Well, good. All right. Well, let's go see if we can catch some fish, and
Let's
we'll
do
talk
it.
a little bit more veins.
Okay, it's what I've been waiting for.
All right, buddy. There we go. Starting off right, Doc. They got one? There we go. Now we're talking.
Oh man, calm down. Oh.
Well, yeah. We get a bunch of them, we'll have some fun, man. Boy, I mean, Doc, the minute it went under. They're not the big ones yet, but we're getting a lot of bites. That's what I like, bites. Get it, Doc.
One a minute.
We can take that, man. That's awesome. There he goes.
There are some big ones in there.
Yeah, you know what? These little ones just hit it so fast, you know?
See that one?
There he is. There he is.
Nice. That's a nice one.
Yeah, 45, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, the little one's low and the big one's high.
In the house.
Throw him back.
Monster, man. Boy, they getting everything.
That's great, man. 5 seconds.
Oh, it's a little bit bigger there.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty.
Yeah, get a picture of that, Doc. Gotta have a few.
See that big old mouth?
Yeah. It's a big old mouth for a little bitty thing, ain't it? It's for the bald eagle. Quantity. Glad she's gonna get one on.
Yeah, it's a good one. Get a little fight to him.
Oh yeah, that's. He got a little yellow on him. You get a picture, Doc.
Yeah.
Most people say that you didn't catch nothing here today. Doc, again, tell everybody which symptoms to be looking for with venous disease and how they can get in touch with you.
Okay. Yeah, the thing we hear the most from patients is heavy feeling legs that swell through the day. And most of the time it's in their ankles or their calves. And just by the end of the day, their legs feel so tired and fatigued. And sometimes they have bulging veins on their legs, and not always, but those are the main symptoms. The more severe cases have skin changes, darkening of the skin, and those are the main things, and that's what we treat. The treatments we have are very effective, and that's what we can help you with. I mean, the number to call is 205-710-3800, and give us a call. Let us help you with that.
See, that one ran, man. Good yellow. Pretty.
Over here.
Got one, Doc?
Yeah, he's got yellow on him. Doubled up. He's pretty big though.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
That's the big one.
Yeah. All right, tell our
What do you think?
viewers, come in. Oh! Kick him in, Doc.
Kick him. You're free.
There you go. Tell our viewers a little bit about your procedures, minimal invasive, and how long they off work.
Well, the procedures, they last about an hour. We do it under local anesthesia. I mean, just we give numbing medicine that covers the little injection of the IV in the vein, and we give minimal sedation. And so the patients walk out of our office that day. We like them to take that day off, but they go back to work the next day.
Next day.
And the pain is minimal. Rarely have to give anybody prescription pain medicine. We tell people to take ibuprofen and Tylenol. That takes care of it. And very well tolerated. And that's the thing we hear. People come back and say, I just can't believe how easy the procedure was. And most patients don't really even have to take pain medicine.
Right.
Yeah.
What is if they don't have this procedure, what is some of the bad things that could happen?
Yeah, that's always an option, and just not treating. And we encourage people that don't want treatment to wear compression stockings, and that's an option. That's called conservative treatment for venous disease. But over time that's hard to do. People, it's older patients, with arthritis in their shoulders and their hands have a hard time applying those every day, and unless you wear them every day, it really doesn't help much.
Right.
So and that's it. I mean, if you don't have treatment, you either wear compression or it progresses. And that's what we tell patients. Venous disease progresses, you get more symptoms, more bulging veins, and then you start to get skin changes. And then what we want to avoid in patients are the venous ulcers.
Ulcers, yeah.
And we don't try to scare patients, but that is sort of the end result of untreated venous disease or venous ulcerations. Not everybody has that. But patients that have enough symptoms to come to us, we tell them that more than likely without treatment, those symptoms will progress and get worse and worse.
I got you.
Yep.
Well, let's see if we can catch some more of these brim, man. They ain't taking it all the way. There he is. Like to fight him, let him fight all the way in, man. Big old mouth.
That's one of them.
Tell you what, they got some sharp little doggone.
Y'all need to do it back.
You think your son worked for you?
Ooh, this is something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have messed the drag up on this or something. There we go. I got one.
Doc, you talking about that's a good one. That's the one we take a picture of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yummy. They're slippery.
Just grab that hook. That way it
There you
won't
go.
spin around on
There we go.
you. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's got little stripes on it.
Yeah, he's the one you can throw back.
What kind's that one, huh?
I don't know. I think that's a cross between a Georgia Giant and
Yeah. He looks good. Got a little
a...
black.
It's kind of hard to
little black and
catch
white
something
stripes.
when you got an empty hook.
That's a good looking fish right there.
They don't feel real big. Doc, you got one?
Yeah.
There we go. We want a double up here.
We got a double. There you go.
Hey. Oh, lass. We had a lot of fun today.
We did.
We didn't catch any giants, but we caught plenty fish,
That's right.
and Brian was nice enough to let us come down. Doc, tell our viewers out there again what symptoms of venous disease if they have, and then how to get in touch with you. And
Yeah.
we'll shut this thing down.
All right. All right. Yeah. The most common things patients tell us are heavy feeling, fatigued legs that get worse through the day, swelling in the ankles and in your calves, and just bulging veins on their legs, and aching, painful legs. That's the main thing we hear. And a lot of people let it go and go and go, and they finally get to a point where it bothers them so bad it interrupts all kind of daily activities, their work, sitting around, they can't walk, they can't stand for long without just all these very annoying symptoms. And so and that's what we've been able to help people with. And our clinic is in Northport on Watermelon Road.
5 days a week.
5 days a week, we're there. Yep, every day. This
So-
is not a satellite clinic. This is our primary place that we work. And number is 205-710-3800.
So if you're in the Fayette area, Demopolis, Pickens, Gordo, Utah, Centerville, and you're having leg pain, y'all give Doc a call.
Yes.
And give him the number one more time, Doc.
205-710-3800.
And y'all come get checked out, because we don't want you to have blood clots. We don't want you to have venous ulcers. We want you to be taken care of, and
That's
it's
right.
minimal invasive, so why not get it done?
That's right. That's right. Doesn't hurt to just kind of come, see what's going on. You'll get a venous ultrasound, and we'll be able to tell right quick if that's what the problem is.
Good, man.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it for this week's show. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Gassed up, loaded down, trucking on from town to town. Guns, bows, and a tackle box. Here come Tommy Wilcox. Hitting the water, hitting the woods. That Bama boy sure got it good. Always having too much fun.